came into the building, all white, a blank canvas.
Amount of time. This team, who was once in desperate need of another true offensive catalyst, now has not just one, not two, but three elite players who can dominate.
Hey, okay, so Kendrick Perkins, allegedly, because I haven't heard him say that. I only heard people say that he said it, that Austin Reeves is a part of the Lakers' big three.
Wait a minute, something ain't right.
Yeah, Austin Reeves, you're not part of the big three. Sorry to disappoint you, my boy. Kendrick Perkins.
And change the course of any game.
Sit down.
Austin Reeves has grown into one of the most versatile and impressive guards in the league. For those of you who want an Austin Reeves video, let me know down in the comments below, because I definitely feel like his play warrants a new video on this channel.
Reeves throws it up. Beautiful pass. The alley open. The James slam.
His progression has been remarkable. Each season he's become more confident, more dangerous,
It was kind of icy.
and a more crucial piece to the Lakers puzzle, one that they could never afford to trade. His development has helped to give this team a level of shot creation on the perimeter that was once
All right, I got a serious question. Who's better, are Austin Reeves now or prime Alex Caruso when he was with the Lakers? Who you got, Austin Reeves or Caruso?
just the beginning. As if having Austin Reeves wasn't enough, the Lakers would defy all odds by acquiring Luka Doncic ahead of this year's trade deadline. This move would be so outrageous that in pure disgust, the GM of the Jazz would call the trade a gift. And with how disgusting that Luka is, he's right.
Doncic just played.
They didn't even know that this was going to be the other half of the deal, that the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks were cooking up something. Nico, we need answers.
29 minutes, and they've been dominant minutes. Throws it up, throws it in. He wanted a foul. Instead, he gets a Denver timeout. Luka Doncic, 30 points.
Despite the Mavericks believing that Luka is some huge distraction, Luka is
Wait a minute. Wait.
Not the Mavericks.
much more than that. Luka isn't just a game changer, he's a ceiling raiser and the culture shifter. The moment that he steps on the floor for your team, everything changes. It doesn't matter who else is on the floor with him. It's as if the entire game transforms when he plays, and you can feel it. Whether it's his teammates feeding off of his energy, to the defense just scrambling trying to contain him, the Luka effect is real. Luka is that super rare kind of player that elevates the mentality of an entire organization. After Luka's
I'm not gonna lie, it's the amount of people doing positive Luka videos is crazy compared to last year, especially when he was going for the MVP. The amount of disrespect that they threw on Luka's name, but now they're praising him just because he's on the Lakers. You have no choice but to admire what the kid is capable of doing out there on the basketball court. So now he's on the Lakers. Everybody wants to glaze him like my boy is a Krispy Kreme donut.
Yo.
Come on. I need y'all to be consistent. Only people should be talking positive on Luka Doncic. Like, it's some people, some channels out here that were talking down with Luka and saying that even if he came back with the Dallas Mavericks, he wasn't going to be able to get the Dallas Mavericks to the playoffs. But now, since he's on the Lakers and he put up 32 points and a triple-double against the Mavs, now they say, ooh, Luka is somebody to watch out for. Why doesn't he have more MVPs? It's sickening.
And that's facts.
first few games in Los Angeles, the hot takes would be everywhere like they usually are. Yet again, there were rumblings about his intensity, his conditioning, and there were even rumblings about his fit alongside Austin Reeves and LeBron James. But before we continue, if you are enjoying the content, then be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button.
Hey, make sure you go to Get Like Coop's channel, and then that way, if he do a video that you want your boy to react to, shoot it to me. We already be up to date. Yeah.
Shot fired.
And turn on notifications so that you never miss any of our content. With huge games, insane moves, and surprises around every corner, the sports world is incredibly fun right now. And guess what? With Underdogs Pick'em, you can be at the center of it all. No pun intended, Anthony Davis. It's as simple as it gets. Just make your picks, watch the action unfold, and if you're cooking like a prime chef Curry, you can win big. Sign up now, lock in your picks, and let the excitement begin. Just like that. I've already submitted a lineup. Right now, when you use my code COOP to sign up, you'll score up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick. Not only do you guys get some serious rewards, but you're
All of that money gonna be good. You need 16.5 points, and the boy gets 16. You be out here looking sad, and your
supporting the channel.
$50
Thank you
is
guys for the
gone.
support, and thank you Underdog for the sponsor. Luka is a once-in-a-generation talent. His vision, his ability to break down defenses, and his scoring prowess make him one of the most dominant forces in the NBA. Luka may not be LeBron, but in many ways he is the closest thing that we've seen to him. His combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ allows him to control the tempo of any game. Luka has the ability to carry an offense in ways that few players can. But as good as Luka is, as I stated in my last Lakers content, even he is capable of having bad games. And that's exactly what he had in his first 3 games with the Lakers. While
For those of you who do not know, Luka Doncic, after injury, whenever he comes back, it takes him a few games to get ramped up. The Mamba mentality spirit is in there. It's just eventually the flick of the wrist got to get right. You know what I'm saying? To give it some time.
Luka secured a win in
He's
his
on
debut,
solid ground
the
now.
team would shortly drop 2 straight after that. The back-to-back losses to the bottom-dwelling Jazz and Hornets raised plenty of questions, with many prematurely doubting Luka's fit in a system that had been centered around LeBron James. The Hornets game, in particular, would be a rough outing for Luka. Though his minutes restriction would be lifted for this contest, he struggled mightily, finishing with just 14 points on 5 of 18 shooting and committing 6 turnovers, 5 of which came in a disastrous first quarter where he'd only scored 2 points.
Now, I'm not going to lie, with Luka, you're going to get some turnovers. But now that he's with LeBron, and maybe they know how to coach up the other guys so they're moving and making sure that they're keeping the passing lane open, because a lot of times, a lot of people are just standing there, and all the person has to do, especially depending on their wingspan, is just stand in the passing lane. So they have to be aware and know that it's time to relocate around the court. Go to the open space. Go to where nobody is.
The game progressed. It seemed like the Hornets were intentionally targeting Luka on defense. However, despite the attention to Luka's defensive struggles, the Lakers' biggest issue wasn't on that end of the floor. It was their offense. With Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic, the Lakers still failed to break 100 points. That should never happen. I don't care if this team was playing the...
And even when they played the Dallas Mavericks, they barely broke 100 points. So their scoring really hasn't improved.
Bad boy Pistons. Anytime that this team,
I mean, if you want to count 4 or 5
like
points,
they did with the Hornets, they should win that game. Following this performance, Luka didn't hold back in his assessment.
Obviously, he's going to take a lot to kind of play the basketball the right way.
Even when it comes
set him up, got the battery packs, throw that from in the house, man.
Wants to hear something like it's going to take some time, but often time is exactly what is needed in this world that is hyper-focused on instant gratification. When Kyrie first joined the Mavericks, Luka and Kyrie didn't look like a perfect match, and the team struggled. As a result, concerns about their chemistry quickly emerged. But much like the doubts surrounding Luka and LeBron's ability,
but they had concerns from the beginning as well
to coexist, those concerns were always nonsense. After those pitiful back-to-back losses, the Lakers would win their next game against the Portland Trailblazers, but due to Luka managing his left calf injury, there would be no Luka Doncic. Bron continued his hot play dropping a 40 ball, while Reeves followed him up with 32 of his own. This win would help to set the stage for a huge matchup against the Nuggets, who were on a 9-game winning streak and had frequently gotten the better of the Lakers in their recent matchups. So much so.
Hey, were you surprised that the Lakers were able to finally end a long losing streak in the regular season to the Denver Nuggets? I'm not going to say that.
So that
I'm just going to be quiet.
Mike Malone had people calling him the Lakers' daddy due to his team's dominance over Los Angeles.
Man, wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Before that Nuggets game, Luka was averaging 14.7 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game in Los Angeles, shooting only 35.6% from the field and a mere 20.8% from 3. His averages were low and his efficiency had been nasty. It was evident that the Lakers hadn't yet seen the full impact of Luka at his best. Given that he was returning from the Caps,
Lakers supporters thought they got scammed on the deal.
Start with the Lakers, but regardless, Luka had been doing everything that he could to get back on the right track.
Talking to Rob Pelinka, the Lakers GM, he said Luka has been a fantastic teammate thus far. He's focused on his teammates. Sometimes you can overdo that, but he's also showed great discipline. A lot of the conversation out of Dallas, we got moved was he didn't work hard. That's not what I'm hearing from talking to them. He's putting all the work in.
Ahead of the Nuggets game, LeBron James called Luka priority number 1, and JJ Redick said that Luka would have the ball in his hands a lot. Luka would reward their confidence in him by looking like Luka. This game, Luka would explode for 16 points in the first quarter alone. This game, Luka was doing everything.
Doncic, long three-pointer.
Hey man, when Luka Doncic come out the gate like that, you have to have somebody that can match that output. And currently around the league, another player that can match it is on the same team. And then you got Kyrie Irving, but we gonna need our bigs back.
After Luka drained this deep 3 on Westbrook, he quickly showcased his defensive awareness the very next possession, rotating flawlessly to ruin whatever Jamal Murray had planned. This stop would lead to a fast break where Luka finds Rui, who makes the extra pass to an open DFS, who knocks down the catch-and-shoot 3. Not bad for somebody who isn't known for their defense. The Lakers' defense as a whole has been one of the biggest.
Now, instead of it, Maverick supporters pushing Luka Doncic's defense, now we got the whole NBA noticing his defense. But they was quick to say he couldn't play no defense. My boy has just got to be in the right position.
Surprises to me this season.
We just didn't like the fact that he'll take plays off when he's upset about a call and he's not getting back. His defense is not that bad.
If you had told me that they had the personnel
it's
to
his effort on defense.
But if you had suggested that this defense could be elite, especially without a traditional shot-blocking anchor like Anthony Davis protecting the rim, I would have called you delusional. This Lakers defense is serious.
Well, you got to think, because when they're on defense, if you got a lot of people that have to go down there and get the rebound, then okay, so let's think about this. If Luka Doncic get the ball off of offensive miss, then you can't have as many people in the paint. You have to have people back in order to be able to guard the ball if Luka Doncic has a lane to throw it down to the other side of the court. So therefore, it indirectly affects their ability to rebound because they're not able to send so many guys into the paint because they know if Luka gets the rebound and they don't have anybody back or a good amount of people back, especially dealing with LeBron coming full speed, then they're not going to be able to stop it. They rather give up the rebound and try to stop the play. And I'm going to give myself.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not going to speed past.
As I mentioned in my last Lakers video, over their last 15 games, they stand at the top of the mountain alone, possessing the best defensive rating in the league. This defense made life miserable for arguably the best player in today's game, Nikola Jokic, instead of just relying on the one-on-one defense of an elite.
It's crazy how they got the best offensive player, and it's crazy how they got the best offensive player, and he affects their defense as well. Now, the Dallas Mavericks are going to have a similar impact with Anthony Davis, but we just need to get him on the court, my boy. It's tough.
Defensive player to bail them out. They threw everything and the kitchen sink at Jokic. This man is going to be seeing extra defenders in his sleep for a few nights. With every step that he took, he felt this defense. Nothing was easy for him.
This can come from anywhere from playing with those type of players. Foul call.
Vanderbilt reminded me so much of Dwight Howard here. And that's the thing. It was actually like the Lakers' whole team embodied that Dwight Howard mindset. The Lakers' fast and versatile defense completely stifled Jokic, who's averaging 29.4 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 10 points.
I mean, this has been the consistency for the longest. We all know ever since last season, the season before that, the way you disrupt Jokic is you put a big body on him, or at least somebody with enough energy and enough size to be able to bump with him and not let him get to his spots. You have to work on Jokic at the beginning of the play. That means you have to be hitting him, bumping him all the way from half court to the free throw line. You want to actually get him at the top of the free throw line key.
And that's facts.
Come on now. We're talking basketball today.
To just 12 points on 2 of 7 shooting and forcing 6 turnovers. While he still recorded a triple-double, by his standards, it was a messy performance. When Jokic is forced to play inefficiently like he did against the Lakers, the Nuggets lose their rhythm, and they are far from the same team. I truly believe that Luka's offensive workload is so demanding that
And that might have just been on the Nuggets, man. They just didn't expect them to come out with this heat. But, I mean, you can't prepare for Luka Doncic 32.
offensive end. When he's in rhythm, breaking down defenses and generating open looks for his teammates, his team has more energy to expend on defense. With Luka, LeBron James no longer has to carry this team night in and night out. With that freedom, he's been able to redirect more energy toward his defensive responsibilities, producing some remarkable performances on that end.
And not to mention, like I said on my last video, LeBron James now has the ability to rest while he's on the court. So I would expect his minutes to go up because he can spend less time having to carry the offensive load, and he can just focus energy and effort on defense and then running the lanes and just taking care of open shots, especially dealing with the amount of space and being open with the fact of having Luka Doncic on the court alongside of him. And then we have also a big man, and then they will also have Jackson Hayes. So it's going to be a lot of matchup problems for a lot of opposing teams because LeBron, Luka, both of them are capable of gathering a double team at any time. Both of them are capable of getting sent a double team every play, and it could be one pass to the next pass, and they'll send them. They have that effect.
James the catch.
You got to get back.
And a timeout ball by Michael Malone.
As of late, Bron has found himself getting way more easy baskets than usual.
Straight points to start, and a lead has cut to 1. The Nuggets have yet to lead in this game. They've trailed by as many as 14. James drives and finishes.
Observe the gravity that Luka commands in this pick and roll. He manipulates the defense perfectly, getting both Jokic and Brown to bite on the action. Michael Porter Jr.
That's everybody. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. And LeBron over here by himself. Low key, if we was playing 2K, I would have double tapped wide. I would have threw the alley
to cover Hayes, leaving the guy who has more points than anybody in NBA history wide open on the weak side of the floor. LeBron James should never be wide open. A masterful read from Luka leads to an easy dunk for Bron. Their chemistry is serious. With a final score of 123-100, the Lakers cruised to a comfortable victory. Luka finished with a stat line of 32 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 steals, which JJ loved those 4 steals.
Contributed. Luka, it's good to have you back.
So I need to ask y'all a serious question. Was J Kidd no longer was speak life into Luka Doncic? He gave him energy. He gave him fuel. He put fuel on his fire. Everybody needs a hype man in their corner. Did the Dallas Mavericks no longer want to be the hype man for Luka Doncic? Seeing him for the good things that he's capable of bringing instead of seeing all the bad. You don't miss what you get rid of. until it's gone. Yeah, it might have been a lot of bad things from the organization, but they didn't outweigh the good. These decisions that were made in order to get Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers weren't done strategically. They were done based off of emotions and hopes. They hoped they made a good choice. They hoped that Anthony Davis would be playing right. They hoped that Anthony Davis would be playing right now. They hoped a lot of things, and it's just not panning out currently.
The beauty of this performance was that it wasn't some out-of-body performance or anything like that. This performance was just Luka Doncic, looking exactly like the Luka Doncic that should have never been traded. For Lakers, eclipsed the 20-point mark, contributing to a well-rounded performance. Overall, again, it was a great game for the Lakers and a poor one for the Nuggets. This game had the Nuggets doing some serious reflecting after it. Mike Malone would admit that he was outcoached. Meanwhile, Jokic would say that their 9-game winning streak meant nothing since they were playing against injured or bad teams, and that maybe they aren't as good as they thought they were. To which I would say, what if the Lakers are just that good? The difference that a Luka Doncic and a JJ Redick made.
I wouldn't say all that. The Lakers are definitely a very good team, especially with the addition of adding Luka Doncic. But it's a mind game. I'm telling you, that's a mind game. If I have your number, why would I just let you know I got your number? Yo, just want him to get comfortable.
Shout out to JJ. With him being Bron's podcast buddy, I can admit that I had some
Wait a minute.
Not the podcast, buddy. I'll share the link.
serious doubts about his hire. These doubts were aligned with the way that the Lakers were being managed as a whole, but doubts are doubts, and I was wrong. So again, shout out to JJ because he's been killing it in Los Angeles this season. He seriously just keeps getting better. Look at what JJ would say a few days after that Nuggets game.
It's always been.
All right, Laker Nation, how y'all feeling about JJ Redick? Has he stepped up to the plate? Is the coaching starting to unfold for you to be able to see and recognize?
Luka, whether that's been as a teammate, when we've seen each other at games that I've attended or called or had him on the podcast, and so different as a coach. I think where him and I communicated the very first day he got to LA was just like, are you comfortable being coached with
That picture look old. Luka, stop playing with us.
honesty? And he said, yes. Are you comfortable being coached with direct communication? He said, yes, that's what I want. And I said, okay, great. Then you and I are going to be good. And it has been.
I really don't think that there's a better coach in the league for Luka Doncic. Following that high-profile Nuggets game, the Lakers would have another major match.
Hey, come on, man. Y'all trying to tell me this the same Kyrie? I'm about to get my Kyrie on, man. Next time y'all see me, this all gonna be gone. I'm just gonna have the goatee. I'm just gonna have this and the burns. I don't know.
Matchup. This time they would be facing off against Luka's former team, the Dallas Mavericks. This matchup is a matchup that Luka Doncic would take personally. Luka was even working out pre-game, getting some push-ups in, with Nico Harrison in the vicinity, working out in front of the organization that essentially labeled you a lazy, unfit player.
Hey, that shot's fired. And Luka made a statement right there.
And question
You
your
know, push-ups
ability
on
to
the
lead
court?
is pretty petty. But honestly, I would have done the same thing. In fact, you'd probably catch me hitting the gym after the game, much like
So you trying to tell me that the Dallas Mavericks couldn't motivate? So now we have to ask a serious question. Can the Dallas Mavericks motivate the players in order for them to do what they need to do? Is Jason Kidd truly capable of managing up-and-coming stars and their talents? Is Jason Kidd able to manage the upcoming stars? I mean, if he had problems with Luka Doncic, how are we to say that moving forward? Any of the new young talents, we heard about the stories out in Milwaukee. We need answers. It's just so many holes are being opened up by this one situation.
the Suns did in that famous video that everyone used to troll them when they were still competitive.
I don't see nothing wrong
With
with he
Luka's
playing.
newfound animosity towards the Mavericks, you just knew that he was going to leave it all on the floor this game.
The histrionics, the body language, things could get real.
Okay, they act like he just really did that. I mean, he only had, I don't even know how many points he had. He had a triple-double, but compared to the Denver Nuggets game and what he put up against the Dallas Mavericks, I'm not necessarily impressed.
Real spicy here throughout this game as Doncic rips it and immediately turns to the Mavericks bench.
He definitely lived up to expectations, leaving it all on the floor like I had just said. He dropped a crazy triple-double of 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Okay, rebounds. I mean, look at Doncic giving rebounds. I mean, that's not nothing new. 15 is a little excessive. PJ had 17. So that's what I'm comparing it to. So it's decent. 12 assists. Yeah. I mean, if we sending everybody to you, you're going to have assists. I'm more focused on the points. Now, if this was a spectacular night for Luka Doncic, he would have at least had 28 plus points. The Dallas Mavericks were sending 2 on the ball on Luka Doncic. They didn't want his scoring to beat us.
His loud triple-double and overall impact on the floor overshadowed the fact that he went 6 of 17 from the field and 1 of 7 from 3. LeBron, on the other hand, he efficiently ate. He had 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists, while going 11 of 17 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3. He continued to show that he could thrive playing without the ball, with him being on the receiving end of some beautiful dimes and making some huge plays off of the ball overall.
Luka Doncic had a shot at air ball. LeBron caught it right under the basket, went straight up. Easy
To
basket.
one 3 times, tied it twice, never took the lead in that run. They have not had the lead since halfway through the first quarter. As Doncic, the ground game.
He's just living around the rim. That boy got the putback on Hall of Fame. Or we'll say goated tier. Legend.
This putback dunk from Bron would be one of those huge plays. Here, with the Lakers up 4 and around 2 minutes left in the game, the Lakers would have their positionless lineup on the floor. Here, Bron sets the screen on Christie, Luka gets the switch, Bron fades to the dunker spot, Luka gets off a lightly contested mid-range fadeaway over Klay Thompson, which he misses, but Bron is there for the putback to put his team up 6.
Man, this is one of the reasons why this combination is deadly, because Luka is bound to host up some shots that are definitely not going to go in. Sometimes they're short, right under the basket, or right above the rim or before the rim. And if LeBron's in the game, knowing as much as he knows and seeing so many shots go up and how they hit the rebound, it's like being on 2K. If it hits the right side, it's going to go this way. Depending on how flat the shot is, if it's going to bounce long, bounce short. So with him having all that knowledge, he can maximize even the bad shots of Luka Doncic.
With a more traditional lineup on the floor for the Lakers, maybe an actual big is in the dunker spot here. The paint is packed, and there is no putback dunk.
But let's keep in mind, no big in. You got Dwight Powell going, battling for the rebound on this.
All of that, Bron dunks it. Lakers.
Wait a minute. That's on Christie at the same time, because Christie should have been having a body on LeBron.
Go up 6. If a team decides to go small with this lineup on the floor for the Lakers, then good luck showing any resistance to LeBron James and Luka Doncic inside of the paint. Don't forget that Rui and DFS are also very physical players themselves. If the Lakers are going to play small and fast, that doesn't mean that they're going to be playing small and weak, which is the case for a.
All right, family, we're going to go ahead and stop it here. If this video gets to 100 likes, we will review another Get Like Hoop video. Drop them comments. Till next time, we out. Holla.